From his bloodline of basketball prowess to becoming a New York City hero,
I just remember when I used to meet players like that, it became normal.
these are the facts you didn't know about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has quickly become one of the hottest names in the game. But did you know his dad is currently an assistant coach for the Knicks?
I think I learned how to work when I got to the league. I didn't really understand how hard I had to work before.
That's right, despite being 26 years old, Jalen is still taking orders from his pops.
Shoot all arms, hop into it, take your time, and make your shot.
His father, Rick, played college ball at Temple University before going undrafted in 1995. After a few years in the development league, Rick earned a spot on the Portland Trail Blazers. He played 9 seasons in the NBA.
I played 9 years.
9 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
And bounced around the league for the majority of his career. He was a member of the Celtics, Knicks, Bulls, Supersonics, Clippers, and finally the Houston Rockets in 2006. Playing time was hard to come by for Rick, but his understanding of the game was elite. Just a few months after retiring, Jalen's dad became an assistant coach for the Denver Nuggets. After his short stint with the Nuggets, Rick was an assistant for the Minnesota Timberwolves and Chicago Bulls, before winding up coaching his son on the Knicks. Now, basketball excellence simply runs through Jalen Brunson's veins. Under his father's guidance, Jalen has blossomed into one of the game's rising stars. And there is no question that basketball is a part of his DNA, as Brunson has excelled since his time in high school. So let's take a look at Brunson's long history of leading his teams to victory. Back in 2013, Jalen led his high school team to a state championship game. As a sophomore, Brunson averaged 21.5 points per game and quickly became one of the most sought-after prospects in the country. But it wasn't until his junior year where he truly transformed into a pure winner. Brunson scored 57 points in a single game, leading Stevenson High to a double overtime victory over Lake Forest. He followed up the magnificent performance by putting up 56 points in a state semifinal game.
Well, back home in Chicago, they are drooling over Jalen Brunson and what he brings, and there's another three-point basket from the junior. 56 points.
Thanks to his unbelievable scoring prowess, Jalen was named the Gatorade Player of the Year in Illinois. By his senior year, he was the number 3 ranked point guard prospect in the 2015 class, but the hype train didn't stop there, as Brunson led his side to a Class 4A state championship title.
Brunson in the lane for 2.
And was named Illinois Mr. Basketball for his exceptional play. By the end of his high school career, he was the number 16 prospect in the nation and had a long list of potential college suitors. With a number of options at his disposal, Brunson opted to join the Villanova Wildcats.
It's like Villanova doesn't run sets, they have philosophies out there, and they have that guy.
As a true freshman, he quickly earned a spot in the starting lineup, and the rest is history. Brunson helped the Wildcats become the number 1 ranked team in Division I basketball and led his side to the NCAA championship game in 2015. Thanks to his clutch performances throughout March Madness, Villanova was set to face off against North Carolina in the tournament final. As the team's starting point guard, he was the conductor of an explosive and dynamic offensive charge. Although Brunson was limited to just 4 points in the big game, his efforts on the defensive end of the floor clinched the Wildcats the championship trophy. Jalen seemed to win everywhere he went, and after his role in Villanova's 2015 championship run, the spotlight shined bright. After averaging 14.7 points per game in his sophomore year, Brunson was unanimously voted to the 2016 All-Big East first team. NBA scouts started to pay close attention to the 6'2" superstar. But it wasn't until his junior year that Jalen truly put his name on the map. Thanks to a string of 30-plus point performances, Brunson was awarded the Bob Cousy Award for the best point guard in college ball and the prestigious Naismith College Player of the Year. In addition to a number of collegiate honors, he was also named the Big East Player of the Year. Once again, Villanova fought their way to the NCAA title game, with Brunson determined to go out with yet another championship to his name. Jalen put up 9 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists, while his teammate Dante DiVincenzo erupted in the tournament final. The Wildcats were champions yet again. and Brunson declared for the draft as a two-time NCAA champ. Now, what most NBA fans don't know is that Brunson is an outstanding academic. He studied communications and posted an outstanding GPA in his 3 years at Villanova. In fact, he was on pace to graduate as a junior, earning a college degree early and readying himself for the NBA draft. Now let's shift our attention to the underdog role that Jalen has embodied throughout his career as a pro. Despite his unfathomable success in college, Brunson slipped to the second round of the 2018 NBA draft. He was selected 33rd overall by the Dallas Mavericks.
Point guard. Yeah, he's not another guy who's not going to.
And joined forces with superstar Luka Doncic. Because the Mavericks boasted a stacked front court, Jalen faced some serious competition for playing time. He came off the bench in his first 4 NBA appearances and failed to make much of an impact. Brunson continued to battle with Trey Burke and Dennis Smith Jr. for minutes and hoped to prove his worth to head coach Rick Carlisle. About a week into his rookie campaign, Dennis Smith Jr. faced an ankle injury, which propelled Brunson into the starting lineup. After his first several starts, Brunson showcased his dominant capabilities. He posted a career-high 22 points against the Denver Nuggets.
Butler hits the second. Brunson a 3.
And quickly became a fan favorite in Dallas. But it wasn't until Luka Doncic was sidelined for a few games where Brunson finally cemented his place with the starting unit. Jalen exploded for a new career high of 34 points,
mid-section area of the court.
How about that strong take there?
And became one of the best backup point guards in the league. Brunson averaged just 21 minutes per game in his rookie year, but certainly made a significant impact for his team. Over his next 3 seasons with the Mavs, Brunson and Doncic led the team to the playoffs twice. In 2022, thanks to Brunson's incredible playoff performances, the Mavericks reached the Western Conference Finals. Jalen averaged 22 points per game and established himself as a true all-star. As he headed into his 5th season as a pro, Brunson entered free agency, and his time in Dallas came to an end. So let's finally dive into how Jalen Brunson became a hero for the New York Knicks. In the 2023 offseason, Brunson signed a 4-year, $104 million contract with the Knicks. The lefty sharpshooter joined his hometown team, yet many NBA fans predicted that he would struggle in New York. Critics allege that the Knicks wildly overpaid for Brunson, who they claimed was an unproven star. Now, against all odds, Brunson became the face of the New York Knicks. He put together a string of 8 straight 25-point-plus games and scored a new career-high 48 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Brunson averaged 24 points and 6.2 assists in 2023.
Played aggressive defense. Brunson, jump shot.
And helped the Knicks clinch the 4th seed in the playoffs. He defied expectations and earned the respect of New Yorkers, as the Knicks dominated the Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs. The dynamic point guard averaged a whopping 28 points per game, playing over 40 minutes in each contest. Now, despite ultimately losing to the Miami Heat in the second round, Brunson established himself as a fan favorite and a perennial all-star. Thanks to his exceptional postseason run, Jalen Brunson proved he is capable of leading a team to playoff glory. So, from becoming a hero of the New York Knicks to growing up around NBA stars, those were the facts that you didn't know about Jalen Brunson.